here real quick and we'll get right into it. So I have my old intercooler. Let me drag this bad boy out. I'll show you guys what we were working with. Alright, so this is our old intercooler. I don't know what the heck happened to here, but it had like, this fin got like sucked in somehow. You guys can see it, but it's like a dark spot. Must have been leaking boost in there somewhere. A little bit of oily air coming out. Same thing in the front. Same one collapse. I'm not sure why. But this thing has never fit in there right. It's so freaking thick. It's like 4 inches thick. And it was always like pushing on the grill. There was actually one time like back when it was compounded, it blew a boot. And it actually made the grill like blow off the front of the truck. So that was like right after it got painted. I was super not happy about it. But it was rubbing on the intercooler apparently. I didn't know till this year. Look at that hole she rubbed in there. Freaking probably missing a little bit of ponies there and some boost. But anywho, that thing, freaking sick of that thing. It didn't mount in there. It was all flopping around. Terrible. So we got ourselves a second gen intercooler. I got my core sport here. I started actually cutting into it already because I didn't know what I was going to do. Everything I looked at online and like videos on YouTube that people have done, I just didn't like how it looked when it was mounted up. So I kind of came up with my own design here. It looks terribly hacked up right now, but hopefully when I'm all done with it, it'll turn into something decent. But yeah, I wanted to use the factory second gen core support, at least part of it where it bolts on. Kind of gave it a little bit of a better look in my opinion. Just like when the intercooler's in there, it's got the nice frame around it, just kind of looks good. So I'm gonna start freaking hacking in on that side and see what we can make out of it. Hopefully she turns out nice. Alright, so far everything fits pretty good. I got just a little bit of clearance up here on my little front trim piece. If I needed to, I can cut that a little bit, but it's not touching, so we're good. And we're not touching on the back side. Got just enough space really to clear. But the biggest thing while I'm doing all this is the old intercooler, like this size probably, it'll stick out too far and it'll push on the grill. So that's really the determining factor if this is worth it or not. Definitely fits better than it did before, but the sun's still pushing on it, but it doesn't look like it's the intercooler, so that's a major plus. Intercooler actually fits in there perfect. That's really nice. That is real nice. So fast forward like 3 days later, like 2 days later I think actually. Rolled this thing outside, I didn't record it because it was really cold and I was gonna get soaked and it was freaking miserable, so I just wanted to get it done as fast as possible. But I brought it outside and we power washed the whole frame and degreased the freaking crap out of it. I used like, I don't know, like 8 cans of degreaser on it. But I got some stuff here, some tape, some plastic, and I'm gonna get everything taped off, like body wise, and I'm gonna go at getting the frame cleaned up here a bit, or really getting it painted up. We already cleaned it. On the other hand, we did have a bunch of parts coming in, which is good. Right now I'm like tackling all the cheap stuff. I'm gonna be able to keep the videos rolling here, so it's working out pretty well. It'll probably end up slowing down once I start getting the expensive stuff like lift pump and having the tranny done, and then putting a new head on the motor, especially the head on the motor. But we'll do our best to keep them going for you. So I got her all painted up. It's the next day. It looks pretty good. We got a lot of spots for like the frame. I was able to get it pretty clean and get all stuff off, and it's pretty smooth. And you got other spots like this where I couldn't get all the undercoating off, and it was rusted a little worse than other spots. But it came out pretty good for the most part. I mean, someday, like I said before, I want to definitely take it and have it sandblasted and get it done the right way. But for what it is, it looks pretty good right now. That wasn't even part of my winter plans, so that's kind of a plus that that's getting done. Engine bay is looking pretty decent. But now that that's done, that opens up a lot of room for other work. Now we can start running wires, start running all our training lines, fuel lines, stuff like that. We got a lot of running of lines to do. But I did screw myself over here. I was gonna hang a battery box right here on the frame, and when I got all done, I looked over and battery box is on the floor. Totally forgot it. So I'm about to grind off a spot so I can weld that on quick. It's not the end of the world. I'll just touch it up with some black paint. But oh, quarter sport came out nice now. It's all painted up, all minty. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up that video right here. And the next video we're gonna be getting into is just basically how I'm gonna end up wire tucking everything and running all our new lines and wires. So make sure you guys come back for that one.